That movie,
Nobody?
Nobody, yeah. It surprises me that you like action. I didn't know you would even be into that.
Mostly I make fun of action movies in my career in comedy. I mean, David Cross and I once did a whole night where we showed Steven Seagal movie and made fun of it the whole night on mics. By the way, I was there when he hosted SNL, one of the most famous nightmare, like, can't re-show that show ever.
As you were leaving the last time I got to interview you,
Yeah.
I said, oh, geez, I forgot to ask you about Steven Seagal and when you pitched him a sketch that you had written, and you said, Howard, we'll save that for the next time.
Well, it was Hans and Franz.
Right.
And we were talking to him about, I was helping with Hans and Franz that week. Yeah, I didn't usually help with that piece, but I love those guys. And Seagal read it, and he said, if I do this sketch, if I do it. And they want to fight him. Hey, we'll take you on. He goes, if I do it, I have to beat them up. Like, he has to, it's like a John Wayne thing, right? Like,
right.
Like,
He's got to
win.
win.
Most ludicrous scenario. You don't worry. No one will think that no one's thinking anyone beat anyone up here. But that was his attitude the whole week, was he kept saying, I've never seen your show. I don't know what you do here. Like, really? You've never seen Saturday Night Live? Where do you live? And he wrote a scene, Howard. He wrote a scene, and it's the last scene in the show, and it's like one of his movies, but they tried to do it live. They got some stuntmen to come in. It's insane. So there's like this board of directors. There's a bunch of stuntmen in suits. So as a viewer, you're like, who are these actors? They're not in the cast. And then there's like some speech, and then he enters the banquet room and starts it's live, and he's beating them up and throwing them around the room, and it goes on for like 8 minutes. It's the longest scene you've ever seen. And then at the very end, he turns to camera and says,
this is what happens when you pollute the planet.
And the audience is mystified.
Just like in the movie, it probably baffles you to this day that, like, why did Lauren allow the producer of Saturday Night Live, why did he allow this guy to hijack the show and take over for 8 minutes? The show is bigger than Steven Seagal. He didn't need Steven Seagal.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
By the time you get to Wednesday, what are you going to do? But it would be funny if he booted him on a Thursday and just did the show without him.